This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety. 3M Science. Applied to life.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. BuzzFeed has put together a list of annoying things that jerks do. And I love the title. They call them universally agreed upon a-hole moves.
Ooh, I wonder if we're guilty of any of these. Are we a-holes?
Probably. Oh, no way, man. I want you to know right now. I mean, you guys maybe, but me, no, I do none of these, I'm sure.
Okay.
Here's some highlights. And I feel like, as much of an a-hole as somebody thinks I am, I really, I have all sorts of rules. I really try to be cool. Because I have my own rules, and I feel like if I set rules, you got to respect other people's boundaries too. Like blocking somebody else's driveway, who the hell would do that?
Dude, lots of people.
Yeah, that's BS.
I would never do that. A lot of, I think, delivery people, which I could get. You're kind of dropping something off, and then you're off and going. But I would still be that person that's like, I don't want to block someone's driveway. God forbid they're trying to get out at the exact moment that I'm blocking them.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's, and it's an awkward thing. I've had to do it multiple times with delivery people. I've had to go out and go, how long are you going to be there? Because I got to go. And I'll be out, and I give them some time. Like, I'll look out my window. After 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, you've dropped your package off. I don't know what the hell you're doing in your van, but you're right in front of my driveway. So now I got to go out and tell you to move.
Dude, when the houses around me were for sale, like the ones right next to mine, every once in a while, people would just park in my driveway.
Oh, that's no way.
And I was like, what in the hell?
In your driveway?
It turned out that the real estate agent had no idea that somebody already purchased our home. So they just thought it was an empty house.
Oh, no.
Or like it was purchased but hadn't been occupied yet. So they just were telling people to park there because they didn't think anyone was living there until one time I came out in some ugly ass looking jogging pants and like a tank top, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like looking like the crazy man.
Nice.
One time, one guy was like, are you Migs? I'm like, yeah, I should lie and say no because I look like a complete idiot. Now I'm trying to yep, that's me. He's like, oh, we didn't know you were parked. I was like, no, I live right here. Like, this is not a home. This is not an unoccupied home. Can people stop driving?
That's the worst. Driveway? The worst is when, first of all, you come out looking like a slob, and secondly, you're ready for like an aggressive, situation, and they go, "Hey, are you that dude I like to listen to?" I'm like, "Oh man, I like this. My entire demeanor and my entire look. This is not how I'd want to meet you if I knew you were a listener. Can we reset this? Let me go back.
I'll lean into it, and I just put the blindfold on and then keep yelling.
Nice.
Answering questions.
There we go. That's a good way to do it.
But at first, I was like, "Why are these?" Who thinks that they can just park in someone's driveway? And then I find out it's because the realtor said.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's, I would never do it. Even the realtor told, I mean, I don't know.
It was an honest mistake.
Yeah, I still don't think I would park in somebody's, in a driveway. I don't want to take the shot. I feel like that's aggressive. It's just like, I feel like it's invasive. Even if you told me the house was empty,
right.
I'd be like, I'd have to really be sure it was empty before I would park in the driveway. I wouldn't want to have what would happen. How about this one? Now, this again, this is the list of things that are universally agreed upon a-hole moves, making it impossibly hard to cancel subscriptions. We've had a difference of opinions on the show about this, because everything that's free is usually a subscription you're signed up for that you have to cancel later. And I hate that. Like anything time.
When you get a free trial, like for an app for 3 days or a week, and then they start charging you if you don't cancel.
Yeah, that happened recently to me.
I know that's just how it is.
I hate that. I hate. It's not how it always has been, Steve. But you're right. It is how it is today.
Welcome to 22, man.
2022.
22.
Here's the thing. It's going to happen to all of you. You're going to have stuff in your life that you're used to having done a certain way, and it's going to get changed. And then everyone is only going to know the new way, and you're going to go, but the old way was so much better. Yeah, you guys haven't got there yet, but you're going to get there. It's going to happen.
I don't disagree that the whole trial thing used to be a lot better, but now it's as soon as I do a free trial on anything, I immediately go in and cancel the subscription.
Same.
Because you still get that trial time.
Right. They'll let you go for that entire month.
And that was because I use the language app because I'm still learning French. It's still one of my things.
Oui.
Yep. And they had a free trial for the upgraded version that wanted to charge me for a full year after the 2 weeks are up, which was like $80.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I got to immediately, because if I forget that's going to be a lot of money that I didn't want to spend.
Yeah, BJ, for a guy that's so in touch with your phone, with your to-dos and your appointments and your calendar and all that, why wouldn't you just, even if you don't do it the right way, just set a little thing on your phone and just says, hey, it's the 29th, the 30th, they're going to charge me.
Yep, I have that as well too. For
See,
a couple of them.
you guys have been trained to accept the fact that it's really not free. I come from a generation where literally they were like, here you go. And that's it. You're done. I mean, you don't have to set things on your phone. That's not another thing you got to worry about. That's why it frustrates the hell out of me. And some of these subscriptions are not easy to cancel. You have to do certain things. Like you got call us on the phone to cancel. Then you call and it's like, our phone lines are busy.
Yeah.
I mean, we had that recently where, there was somebody charged us the wrong thing. They shouldn't have charged us for something, but it was the weirdest thing where my wife basically used somebody else's account in order to buy something. She goes, oh, hey, but because she did it on her phone, my wife did it on her phone, they charged her. It was like, wait a second, my wife never signed up for your service. It was just, we used her phone as the other person logged in on her phone. And they were like, oh yeah, you're right. I don't know how that happened, but I guess we had your phone, so we just charged you. Huh. And we're like, what? And but with the hoops to jump through to cancel it, would like to go, you need to reverse this charge. We don't have a subscription to you. What are you doing? And you had to get them on the phone, and their phone lines were busy. That's why these subscription things, they're not the easiest thing to cancel.
You can borrow my Brazzers account. You don't have to set up one.
Wait, you pay for Brazzers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course he does.
Wow,
Are you kidding me? Why do you think I borrowed it?
I wasn't live.
Platinum
subscriber, yeah.
Premium member.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one that finds this to be an a-hole move, making it really hard to cancel subscriptions, because it is a pain in the ass. How about this? Taking up 2 or more parking spaces by parking outside of the line.
Oh, yeah.
God, you can't do that anymore. I don't care how sweet your car is. That is no longer allowable.
Unless it's like a giant parking lot and you park far away, do whatever the hell you want, as long as there's plenty of spots. But when it's like a Target parking lot, that seems to be the source of all of my insanity when it comes to parking. But you see that person that's just they're parked diagonal enough that no other car can park in that spot without scratching your own car.
I think when you're at a Costco,
you suck.
You're at a Costco and you see somebody not parked properly, you should get to basically just, bang the hell out of their car. You get to just smash into it. I really do.
Well, let's see how that goes.
Yeah. I think you should. It should be a rule. I mean, I'm going to wait till they make the rules, Steve. You know me. Until the rule is made.
Fair.
But if you park wrong at a Costco, you should be able to just be pulled out of the store and banned from the store.
I always thought it was someone's I get it, your car is nice, but if you're not worried about cars parking near you, park far away, and that way you don't have to worry about it. It's such a weird flex. My car is this fancy whatever Porsche, and I'm going to park diagonal. And it's well, no, you're just a douche.
Yeah, you really are. I mean, you got to get a beater car and then drive that to the store, and then just drive your Porsche around but with never having to park it. That's what you should do. Flipping through pictures on someone else's phones when they just wanted to show you one. Yep. I don't even want to touch somebody else's phone.
I
really don't even want to.
I'm afraid to do that.
I've never met anyone who's done that.
That seems like such a weird thing. Like, as you're I'm just going to keep scrolling. Wow, there's a picture of your you-know-what skis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had that one, and a person was showing me a picture. He's like, oh, check out this cool picture I had, and he scrolled the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then suddenly dongage, and I was like, great, thanks.
Now, that happens.
Was it an accident?
Well, you know, I was hoping.
Pro tip,
Yeah.
if you're going to be taking naughty photos, put them in your hidden file, especially if you have an iPhone. That saves you a lot of headaches.
You have to show me that hidden file. I didn't even know there was a hidden file.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard there is one. I just don't have enough energy.
I know,
to hide
yeah, you
anything.
really-
It's like,
So
I want
wait,
pictures
this-
of my child and my dog. Like, what am I trying to hide?
I will know. There's things I want to hide. Like, I want to take pictures of presents because I want to, like I do that a lot during the holidays, but I'm going, I can't take pictures of these presents because I want to make sure I knew where I wrapped and what I wrapped and all that because I have a stupid system. But I know everyone's going to see the presents.
The best
So-
thing-
Oh, because you share a cloud?
Yeah, but there's a hidden
yeah.
file. Oh, Vicky,
If
tell
you
me
go
about
all
this.
the way down from
Well,
your
you're
phone
not-
pictures, it says
not
hidden.
now. Why don't you just send me a...
I'm
send me
telling
a-
you
on
and
the air.
everyone.
Walk
I'm telling
through it.
you and everyone else that
Yeah.
there's a hidden file at the very bottom
Bottom of what? You go where? How do you...
of
say
your
it's-
albums.
All right.
There you
And then
go.
what do? You can put them in there?
You select the photos and then you just say hide and it'll put them all in there.
Really?
Yeah.
And nobody can see them.
Well,
Unless
what
you
if-
go into the hidden file.
So it won't go into, like, the hidden cloud or something
I don't
like
have
that?
I
I
don't
don't
really
think there's
use
a
the
hidden
cloud,
cloud.
but I don't think there is. But yeah, that's
Oh,
where I keep
so
a
this
lot of
is-
my saucy pictures.
All right. So do you share your pictures? Like, do you have a shared account where if you take a picture, it shows on somebody else's phone? See, I'm afraid. I still don't think I would ever. I don't want to trust it. I don't want to trust a hidden file.
I have
You
zero
know?
pictures in my hidden file.
I already blew it this year because I make a list of all the presents because I labeled them to make sure I know which present is which. And I accidentally showed Sarah all of her gifts because I thought I was showing her Kathy's list. It was
Aw.
bad. I'm an idiot.
You should just put a bunch of like random food pictures in your hidden file. Just like the pictures of food that you're really not supposed to be eating and just have it in there. So if anybody ever decides to steal your phone, they're like, yeah.
It's so funny you say that because I was literally just putting a picture of an egg in my hidden file.
Why are you putting a picture? Are
He
you
was just practicing.
An egg, huh?
Well, I got this new microwavable, like, egg cooker thing. Like, it's like you don't need to know.
Yeah, wow, this is excessive.
You know what? This is
Scintillating.
Why am I telling you this? This is a hidden picture.
Yeah,
I know,
you're
right?
absolutely
Yeah, we gotta find a different picture.
Wow.
Undo.
Yeah, there are certain things we don't want to know about you because they're just lame.
It's really not that exciting. But it was exciting to me because I can now cook my eggs in a minute and 10 seconds in the morning.
All right, here's another a-hole move. Yeah, those are nice.
They're sweet, man. Bed Bath
yeah.
& Beyond doesn't F around with their...
No, they don't.
don't.
Those microwave egg cookers are pretty sweet.
Yeah, it makes like a little, like, fun little egg, little patty thing there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It makes like an egg bite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those. I haven't yet to get them because I end up buying just the Costco egg bites. But you know what? That's good to know. You can make your own.
Highly recommend.
All right, thank you.
They even have like a little grill, like a plug-in thing that can make little egg bites. I was
Oh, a
like,
plug-in thing.
That
All
seems
right.
like a ridiculous purchase for just one thing. Like, it only makes one thing.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, like getting an ice machine.
Wasn't for me. It was a Christmas gift.
All right, then. There you go. So therefore, as long as it's not for you, it's not a stupid gift.
Oh, but the egg bite maker looks so cute.
It really does. Oh, and it makes 4, Steve. I might have to get that.
Oh, for
All right.
$26.99, you can have it, BJ.
That's not a bad deal, $26.99. Seriously. That's a good deal. All right, you know what to get me. How about not replacing the toilet paper roll? Is that still considered an a-hole move? 'Cause
Yes.
they think it is.
That's my girlfriend. She never
Yeah.
does it.
That's my wife.
She
How do
waits.
you not-
She waits for
why?
me.
And then at least puts it on top of the empty
Yeah,
toilet
I mean,
bowl.
yeah,
At least
that's what I'm thinking.
Well,
They
she'll
don't even
leave
put.
that.
This says they don't even put it on top. They just leave the empty thing there.
See, she'll do that, but it's my job to actually take off the old one, and then she gets mad at me if I don't recycle the little thingy.
She wants it recycled. She could do it her damn self.
That's what I say. But
Wow.
that didn't
How
go over that
difficult
well.
is it to walk it out to the... You got to throw it in a container, really? You won't even recycle that bad boy? Wow. Okay, you guys.
I at least at some point put it in my mouth, go doo-doo-doo, something like that. Don't you guys still do that?
Okay, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to tell you how unsanitary that sounds to me.
Oh gosh, yeah, you're right.
I only do that with like the wrapping paper tubes after I do the lightsaber move.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Well, the paper towel tubes, don't forget, those are good too.
yeah, those are
Yep.
great for that.
If there's a hole, I'm speaking into it. Yeah.
Well,
Well, it's just life advice.
all right. Was a glorious statement, is what that was. Well, I think on that note, one of the biggest athletes in the world just shared that there's. He shared there's just one last thing that he would like to accomplish before calling it quits. And this is an athlete that's won multiple championships, MVP awards, and a couple of gold medals, but there's still one last thing he'd like to accomplish. What is it? Oh, it's really cool. You'll hear from him at 8:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of the Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. LeBron James recently did an interview and said that he still has one big goal to accomplish in the NBA. And he'd be like, really? I mean, you've done so much. MVPs, championships. I mean,
2 gold medals.
Yeah. I mean, you know, what else could you want to accomplish? And he says, well, the one big goal that I have left, I want to play with my 17-year-old son, LeBron Jr., in the NBA. He wants him to be able to play in the league at the same time. Of course, LeBron is 37. His son is 17, and here he is talking about it.
I want him to get to the NBA. I want to be on the court with him. I think that would be an unbelievable moment. He's about to be a junior, so the years, it could get close, but we should see.
I'm sure that could happen.
Well, first of all, the kid's got to make the NBA. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how good he is or isn't, but he's only in high school. And I mean, look, he's got good genes, and I don't know. I haven't seen any scouting reports on him, but it's not always guaranteed that your kid, who, if he goes to college, and even if someone stars in college, it's not guaranteed they're going to be a great NBA player.
But I got to imagine, like, wherever he gets drafted to, if he does get drafted, let's just say he does get drafted, and LeBron's already done. That team would probably bring back LeBron from his retirement just to even play one game or a series of games for the marketing reasons alone.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you look at they've done that before.
We did, not for that reason, but we did it for Ichiro. We brought him back. We brought Ken Griffey back, Ken Griffey Jr. back, just to be able to say their last game was in a Mariners uniform or something.
And some teams don't, like, I think, was it Washington? They brought back Jordan. He played with them. It was not for any reason other than for his own ego, probably. But, like, they were just like, we're not going to say no to having an opportunity to be able to say, hey, we have Michael Jordan on our team. Like, no different than some team that drafts his son, let's just say, is like, we could say that we have LeBron James on our team, even if it's for a half a season or a full season. Let's just
you're
do
right.
it.
Well, I was thinking about it, too. At that point, he must have some talent. Because, like, you must know that your kid is somewhat good if you're saying that, like, he's probably going to be in the NBA.
What if he's blinded by being a parent, though? And
exactly.
It's just terrible.
I mean, maybe.
He was right.
He plays like I play.
Yeah. I'm looking at his stats, and not his stats, but just kind of like the wiki running down it. And, like, his high school career is still pretty big right now, even though he's only a junior.
Interesting, yeah.
And then even in 8th grade, they prevent in California from him becoming a varsity member in the 8th grade, but they really wanted to. And
he's that good.
Yeah.
Wow.
But to be honest, colleges were trying to recruit him when he was 10.
Yeah.
And I did find what an evaluation specialist said. He said, I've been asked to break down Bronny's game. He is a 6'4" combo guard with excellent defensive instincts, upper body strength, and he excels in open court and also has a good feel of offense. He's streaky, but a confident shooter. He's actually good.
Do you even know what you just read?
I was about to say, why did you even share that with us?
I have no idea what those things were there.
That brought nothing to the table.
Well, you guys are sports guys. I thought that would mean something to you.
I referred to him as Bronny. Like,
Well,
the whole
that's his
thing, I was
name.
just like, you just decided to just say a bunch of words for the sake of saying a bunch of words, which we've all done. Don't get me wrong.
No, I thought you guys would understand it. I thought I was speaking your language. Apparently, I was not.
completely pointless what you just told us.
Yeah.
I thought that made sense to you guys.
Looking at the star ratings.
I know.
we didn't need to have that information.
That's why. Well, I was wondering if she knew what she said. She was hoping we knew what was going on, but I knew she had no idea what she was
I
talking
got about
about.
a good 60% of what you said.
Well, then that's more than I expect most of the time, honestly.
All right, there you go. Well, I appreciate that.
ESPN graded him at an 85.
That was like Alexa just speaking up. It was like, Alexa, we didn't ask you to say anything, but Alexa said, I'm going to tell you
This
anyway.
is what it sounds like when you guys talk hockey or football or baseball to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, this sounds, I don't understand any of this. They will understand it. No,
Yeah,
No,
well,
not at
Oh,
all.
well.
No, sorry,
I'm going to
but-
go back to memes.
Yeah, there you go. Nice job. Nice effort.
And that's his name, Bronny.
Yeah, they call him Bronny.
Is that his actual birth given name?
No,
Well, that's
it's
his Instagram name.
It's his nickname.
Oh, they named
Everyone
him after
calls him
paper
Bronny. I
They
thought
named him
that's
after
what
paper
everyone
towels?
knows. Everyone on the internet.
Bronny. And yes, looking at his wiki, it says Bronny James, and then LeBron Raymond Bronny James Jr.
This
All
is
right.
so much information about LeBron.
You know
and
what?
his son that I did not expect.
To make it even easier, LeBron should just go to high school and play on his team.
Yeah.
Now you're talking. I'm sure that'll
It's like
go
21
over well.
Jump Street or something for
Yeah.
basketball. I mean,
That's
sure,
it.
why not?
I'm not LeBron James.
Oh, wow. This all worked out really well. This was a great story. So LeBron wants to play in the same court as his kid. And you're right, Steve. I just remembered the only reason we got Ichiro back was because we were playing games in Japan. And, of course, he was a big star in Japan. So the Mariners knew. I mean, Ichiro really was not good. But it was like, we're going to have him be a Mariner, and he'll get to go out there. Ladies and gentlemen, Ichiro Suzuki. And, of course, you got a massive round of applause at that Japanese played game. But yeah, then it was like right after the fact. Ichiro has decided he's going to go do some gardening, and he's done.
Some texter said that the Supersonics, they signed Patrick Ewing for one season, pretty much just to put butts in seats at the end of his career.
Yeah.
Well, didn't we do that with Jerry Rice?
Oh, yes.
With the Hawks?
I will say this, though. A lot of times you'll hire veterans because not only do you hope they'll put that maybe they'll help out, but really what they do for, players. I mean, Rashad Penny has had great things to say about Adrian Peterson. And what did he play? Half a game for us? I mean, but what he did for those guys.
That's why they need to make him a coach.
Yeah. Sometimes you hire the old guys for not just to play, but also they really have a great effect on those young players. But in this case, yes, it's just going to be like it's a spectacle. The two Bronnies are playing together, right?
Bronnies. Now we're calling them the Bronnies.
Well, I mean, look, Vicky said it's official. I mean, Vicky said it. It's true. That's all I got to say.
All right, so Danny, is there something that you want to be able to do, because it's obviously for him, it's a cool thing because he gets to have an opportunity to play the thing that he loves with his son, one day. Is there something that you think about with your daughter? Because I think about for me. Part of me wants to keep wrestling until I could at least have one match where she's there and can boo me. I think that would be awesome.
Wow. Would your own kid boo you?
Oh, dude, yes.
You think so?
Doesn't she already boo you?
She tells me to leave the room all the time.
That's a good point.
It's like, no daddy play.
However,
bye daddy, and then closes the door on me.
That's awesome.
And then she'll be yelling, mommy, mommy, and mommy will come, mommy play, and I'll walk in, no daddy. So yeah, she'll boo me right now.
You say that. However, when the tides flip, and they will, when she's probably 6 or 7, I don't know. Lily gets very protective over me to the point of where she's wanting to fight other people if they say anything bad about me, and I'm like, this is awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you take her to
I
a
gotta
match.
hurry up.
Yeah, or she could be
words.
your tag team. Is what I was going to say.
Okay.
Yeah. See, she jumps in the ring and then beats anyone who's being mean to
Just
you.
kicks them in the shins.
Yeah.
So do you have something like that with Lily that you want to do?
I would love to play. She's showing a lot of interest in music lately. So
that would be cool.
Both piano and guitar, and I would love to write a song with her. Doesn't matter if we play it just on the internet or something like that. But eventually, when she gets decent enough to where she's understanding melody and stuff, I would love to write a song with her.
Dude, I just saw that one of my buds, Tim Hansroff, who plays guitar, who used to be in the Fighting Machinist, but now is one of the guitarists and songwriters for Brandy Carlisle. Him and his brother Phil, the twins. And he posted a picture or a video on his Instagram, and it's his son at the piano working out a song, and he's just like, now there's more than just one songwriter in the house. And I was like, that's a cool moment, like to be able to walk in and you see your kid arranging a song.
Yeah. It would be great. I mean, she learned Happy Birthday in like half a day on the piano, and I was like, this is amazing. You're the most genius kid ever.
Oh, dude, we got to pair her up with Tatum. Tatum's singing Happy Birthday these days.
Sweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've got your parents. We hate to replace them, but don't we got to get her in on that?
Oh, I mean, that's going to be pretty cool.
We got to do one of those quarantine videos with Tatum and Lily, since they live across the country from each other. That'd be amazing.
Oh, yeah. People will not watch it probably, but we'll watch it.
We'll watch it over and over again.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good thing. Vicky, how about you? You got your little brother so far. That's the closest thing you got but still, I think there's probably some cool things you'd like to do with him.
Yeah, he is 3 years old, and my dad and I are already planning on being the coaches to a soccer team. Like, we have to wait, I think, 2 more years. But he's already showing, like, some ball handling skills with a soccer ball. And I always thought it'd be awesome, like, whenever I had kids, to be the coach, like my dad was the coach to us. And being able to not only coach the little brother, but be a co-coach with my dad, I think that would be really awesome.
That would be cool.
So I still got, I think, 2 years before he can join Rockets.
All right, there you go. And then, of course, you'll be like parents, and he'll be the best soccer player ever.
Rev, is there something you want to do with your cats?
Usually we're playing video games, and now with Frank, he's not very good with the controller, but he still likes to cuddle when I'm playing video games, so it's very sweet.
Well, that was a sarcastic question, and unfortunately, there was a real answer.
Vicky, can you tell me more about LeBron James' son?
I really would rather hear
Bronny
that.
Jr., he apparently is 6'4". He plays the basketballs.
Did you have any of those with Joe and Sarah, BJ?
Oh, dude, I mean, I'm doing it. When you
I was
think
about to say, like, when they're on the radio, right?
Yeah, for Joey, and I remember when I realized he was a geeky kid, and when we had Christmas, and Kathy got me a present, which was Magic the Gathering cards, and Joey dropped everything that he got for Christmas and came over and was just like, I need to know more about these. And then we started traveling and doing tournaments together. I was like, wow, my entire life, nobody in my family understood my geekiness. So to have my like a child, like my own flesh and blood, be into something that I was into, that was cool. And then for Sarah, it was the performance. Her wanting to go out and be on stage and do stuff, which was what I wanted to do. And that at a young age I could see, and was like, okay, this is going to be really awesome. And eventually we got to do stuff together. I thought if she'd ever want to do something on the radio, or I thought if she wanted to be an actor, maybe she would get me a bit part. I would do something with her. So yeah, it's cool to be able
like
to
a
do
true
stuff.
stage mom. Hopefully that your child could get you a job.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I had always hoped the kids would get it, like I'd be done by now. The fact that I'm still on the radio is a bit of a disappointment, because I thought my kids would have done something to get me out of here. But
I feel like it's the ultimate example of be careful for what you wish for, because then your daughter now shares stories about twerking on her soon-to-be husband.
Yeah, that's
on the radio.
Yeah, and of course, also be careful who you hire as your co-host, because they will instigate such activity, and so it's a nightmare from all sides.
I asked the question to give your daughter a platform to speak on the radio, which has always been your dream. I'm a dream maker.
Yeah, you're a dream maker, all right. Yeah, there's a lot of other words too, but I'll just keep it a dream maker. Yeah. I think mother's part of it, though.
Mother of all dream makers, yes.
So everybody's hating on the Matrix Resurrections. Pretty much everybody, but Rev and I, it seems.
No, in all fairness, after we talked about how everyone hated on it, there were a few people that texted in that said it wasn't that bad, and some people said they absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I'll never see it.
Yeah, well,
it's on HBO Max. You can watch it at home.
Rev, are we planning to do a bit of a deep dive on any of the Geek Nations coming up either Friday or next month?
Yeah, I think like Monday or so.
All right, so on Monday's Geek Nation, next Monday, tune in and we'll tell more about that. But, Keanu Reeves himself, it's that guy is really like the Dave Grohl of Hollywood. You know, where, he looks like a rock and roll star, rock and roll dude. And this info just came out. We've already heard that he's a really good dude and does a lot of altruistic things and donates a lot of dough, but you never hear about it because he doesn't really promote it. He's kind of the anti-rock on that department. But the world now,
he's just humble. He doesn't do any of the bragging.
Doesn't do any bragging.
And if it wasn't for the internet, we probably would never know any of this stuff, because over the years, people just keep sharing all these fun tidbits about Keanu Reeves that makes you just love him even more.
So Now, look, no doubt about it, Keanu had a good career. I mean, he did Speed, and he did the Bill and Ted movies before he did the first Matrix movie. So he was making some cash. I mean, but the thing is this. He donated 70% of earnings from the first Matrix movie. This is the Matrix movie everybody loves.
One.
This is the one that made, he made $45 million for this movie, and he donated 70% of that money for leukemia research. That is unbelievable. And again, we're just finding out about this now, and this was over 20 years ago when that movie was done and he was paid.
Dang.
So $31.5 million of the 45 that he was paid, he basically donated to leukemia research, and he did it because he had a younger sister, Kim, who had been battling leukemia for 8 years at the time, and she went into remission in 2001, which is a couple years after The Matrix came out. So he was heavily incentivized, but still, that's a lot of dough.
Yeah, it's a massive chunk. It just keeps adding to the greatness of Keanu Reeves. Like, at this point, if anyone says anything bad about him, I think you have a right to punch that person in the face.
And how about this? So he creates this charity, but does not...
a legal right.
Yeah, I mean, look, we know about this. Tom Brady and anybody who speaks ill of Keanu Reeves punches in the face.
Absolutely.
He didn't attach his name to the charity. So that's why nobody really realized that this was what his charity, that he took all this dough and created.
It would have been cool if he it was more of like a subtle thing, like the Be Excellent to Each Other charity or something along those lines. Or,
yeah.
I can't drive faster than 50 miles per hour charity. I don't know. Like, just random.
Yeah. There is no spoon for us Matrix fans. Like, there is no spoon charity. Something like that.
Yeah, just something that's like, it's a nod. Like, yeah, I did it. But I don't want to make it all about, I'm not going to be like, it's the Keanu Reeves charity.
Maybe that's why I'm liking the movie. Because look, Keanu is not the greatest actor in the world, and it's not like he sets the world on fire in the Matrix movie, though I do believe Carrie-Anne Moss is amazing. I mean, she's a really good actor. Neil Patrick Harris, I think, is fantastic in this movie. And even Jonathan Groff. I mean, they're actually a lot of people in this movie, and I forget the guy's name. I forget his last name.
Yahya Abdul Mateen II.
Yeah, they were all good. Their acting was good. Keanu, just like in the first Matrix movie, he wasn't exactly the star actor of that movie, but he's such a nice guy that I like everything. I'm liking him, even though I'm not going to tell you that, he's going to win Academy Awards for a lot of this stuff.
Dude, he's awesome in John Wick.
Again, I mean, he doesn't have to do much.
Yeah, he shoots people and runs around.
He
doesn't really say a whole lot.
Facial expressions, just the overall, the essence of what he is on camera. Like,
as a matter of fact, didn't they do a thing saying like the amount of dialogue in the movie is like minimal? Like,
but you don't need to have dialogue to be a good actor. I feel.
You don't have to.
You're not wrong there.
He's like Charlie Chaplin, is what you're saying, like the silent movie guy.
Okay, maybe not exactly like that, but a little bit. Like, if they hired you to be John Wick, even if you didn't have to say any lines, nobody's gonna want to see that.
Oh, really? All right. You're not going to want to see a fat guy trying to chase people around? That would be kind of funny because it'd be like Benny Hill. Wouldn't it be just like dan 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 me with a gun? All right. Well, fair enough. Hey, there's other Keanu news too. He's going to start a new show for Hulu. It's called The Devil in the White City.
Nice.
Notice how I gave it the Keanu voice. Mm-hmm. The Devil in the White City.
Whoa. God, you guys, man, I swear, I'm ready to just.
Oh, you're. Oh, really?
Yeah. Being very rude to Keanu Reeves. It's a good thing you're at home with COVID right now, BJ.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, come on over. You're welcome to come on.
Come on over. Why would I want to come over?
Come on over. I got a special present.
You wouldn't even want to come over if you were healthy.
Right.
That's a good point.
Even if you had snacks, I'm not coming over.
Yeah. I know we got a lunch plan, but Steve continues to tell me we're going to go to lunch, but we actually haven't set a date, so there may be something to that.
I said that to my wife. I got to grab some lunch and be there. Now he's got COVID. It's going to be a while until I could do that.
It's going to be a while. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
We could go get lunch with like a big bubble in front of us.
Okay. Oh, yeah? Is that what we're going to do? Okay. So, yes, this Devil in the White City is being produced by Leo DiCaprio. That's cool. And Martin Scorsese. So, again, it's being produced by those guys. I have no idea, who's writing and directing it. But I guess it's based on this historical nonfiction book of the same name. Nonfiction, huh? All right. Well, we'll see how it does with it.
Yeah, it's about a murder house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some crazy dude in like the late 1800s created a house to trap people and murder them in, and it's based on that.
Whoa, do you think he's the murder house guy, or he's got to try to find the murder house guy?
I hope he's finding the murder house guy.
Yeah, because I feel like that's what he should do.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be the guy that's the bad guy. I want him to be hunting the guy down John Wick style.
What if he is
With a dog.
But if he's the bad guy, then we can see him acting.
Yeah, it doesn't say
I
yet.
guess not.
But if you want to see him play kind of a bad guy as himself, there's a Netflix movie. It's like Always Be My Maybe. And he plays himself as the guy this chick's dating, but he plays an over-the-top kind of jerk version of himself, and he really makes fun of himself while he does it. It's kind of like, no.
How is that? Because I've got that on my queue. Is that good?
I'm not a huge rom-com person all the time, but I really loved it and would watch it again.
Rom-commer, so
then you would like it.
Rom-commer, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I have that for my wife for that reason, rom-com, because every once in a while we got to put one of those in, you know?
Yeah, all the
Did
actors
you
are
ever see
phenomenal.
the Don't Trust, or the bitch in Apartment 22?
Oh, the B in Apartment 23. Yeah, with Kristen Ritter.
And they had James Vanderbeek playing himself. Is it kind of like that?
Yes, but even more over the top.
Because James Vanderbeek plays himself, but he's kind of a douchey guy.
Oh, no, he's even more like that. Like, whoa, man, why did you hit me in the face, man? Let's hit each other, Let's be all spiritual and weird. Yeah, it's really weird.
It's kind
If
of
you like
funny
stuff
how...
like that. Oh, yeah, I love shows like that. Episodes was like that where Matt LeBlanc played himself, which was
I feel
really
like
kinda
whenever
fun.
someone plays themselves, they kind of play a douchey version of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Will Wheaton on The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, and
I never thought of that, actually.
And they love doing it. They really do love playing these sort of like, bad guy versions of themselves.
NPH and Harold and Kumar.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
Yeah.
I don't think you could be like, yeah, I'll play myself, but I have to be portrayed as a very nice, likable human being. I think it's more fun to be kind of, the whatever, the stereotypical douchey celebrity.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's those guys do a great job of it. They really do. I love it when they play and especially when they come up to fans who are fans of their work and they're just a-holes to the fans. I love that.
Wasn't that basically the entire, the movie End of the World or something? It had Seth Rogen in it, Danny McBride, Michael
Channing
Cera.
Tatum.
This is the end.
This is the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were they actually themselves? They were playing themselves?
Yeah,
Were
yeah.
they?
They were
I
playing
don't even remember that part.
Yeah, I think-
they were all playing themselves, just weird versions of themselves.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie. You're right.
It was a house party, and it happened to be the day of the rapture or something. The world ended.
right.
There's a really weird scene with Danny McBride. I remember that.
Yeah, Danny McBride and Channing Tatum.
Yeah,
I think we interviewed somebody for that movie. I keep confusing that with the last Cornetto movie by
World's
Simon
End.
Pegg.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I totally forgot about that, Vicky. That's a fun movie.
I really enjoyed that film, but I forgot everything about it.
It was so ridiculous. That was the one where Michael Cera slapped Rihanna's ass, and then she got to slap him full force.
Yeah, because
that basically took him out.
That was the thing. He's like, "Can I really slap you in the ass?" She's like, "If only I can really slap you for reals." And he's like, "Okay." And he demanded she slap him harder and harder, and she knocked him out pretty much.
I gotta watch that movie again. I feel like I have to. All right. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
Which actor, widely known for his portrayal of Batman, passed away on June 9th of 2017?
Adam West?
Yes.
Is that why BJ's wearing the shirt?
Oh, maybe.
Oh.
Is he wearing it? Oh, he is. Wow, look at that.
How about this? I wish I could say that I knew that was the case, but I do have my Adam West Batman shirt on that Vicky got me. That's awesome.
All right, cool story. Let's keep the game going. I saw you trying to just take away my time.
And you still won. That's what really bothered me, is we took away all those seconds and you still won yesterday. All right, well, let's see if you can beat Steve today. Huh? Come on. You can do this. I'll just have to find a reason to keep talking. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs. We'll do that at 8:50 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety.
3M Science. Applied to life.